Welcome back to my Final Fantasy XIV drama series. Today's drama story is about the biased GM. Whoa, this is a story about a game master. Yo. Alright, let's get to it. This story is one where karma strikes me. I never go looking for drama, but drama likes finding me. Been this way since Heavensward, like I have a bullseye on my back most of the time. Now, I do tell this story to my friends from time to time. To set the stage, let's go back to Shadowbringers around the time between 5.3 and 5.35. Okay, 5.3 is the best content, right? In Final Fantasy XIV. Like, all the streamers, whenever they're in 5.3, everyone tunes into the stream. Even if you're a random and you see, like, in the title, 5.3, gotta watch the streamer go through it to see their reactions. Super hype moment in the story. Seed of Sacrifice was out and the MSQ had everyone excited. Also, there was a thing going around that Yoshi P wanted mentors to help out newbies and return her out. And this is not talking about the novice network. This was somewhat of an incentive encouragement for mentors to help others clear content. But this was also a point where if you gave advice, you could be reported for harassment. Also, dragoons was sort of bad around this point. And also the source of this. Not all was bad, but the majority of them. And one of them did come to the rescue for me. I also had a mentor crown at this point. PvP mentor. So now you know where this is going, let's get right into it. The main cast for this will be 3 specific people who played dragoons. Jake, Ventus, and Luffy. And Luffy, who is the lifesaver for me. Let's begin. Back in Shadowbringers, during the time with Seed of Sacrifice fight was current and a month in, I was in a late night farm party around 2 a.m. EST. I didn't care about weapons, I just wanted the mount. But the weapons was just extra to put on retainers. So I was in a group as a dancer that was farming and we were getting kills. One of the melees left after 4 kills and wanted to go to bed, so we grabbed a dragoon and party finder to fill his spot. Jake the dragoon was from the get-go. We managed 1 kill by sheer luck, but the next 5 pulls was just disaster, one after another. Now to clarify where we wiped, it was before ad phase around the point you bait AoEs and one player gets the gaze on them, and a dragoon is dashing through half the arena. This was happening and we were wondering who was causing us to wipe. Well, then Jack started pointing fingers at me saying it's Dancer's fault. I think the OP meant to write Jake here, the dragoon, instead of Jack. Now I'm catching looks from the group even though I haven't done anything wrong, but thankfully one of the healers said it's not the dancer, it has to be someone else. We do another pull and lo and behold, it's the dragoon that's getting us killed. And everyone saw this. Now Jake is getting looks and angry stares. He argues that he needs to do positionals, while the tanks are saying, don't run off like that and wipe us. Now I chime in and say, you know True North can be used for positionals to help you, right? Well, Jake gets furious and says, True North does not do that, and you don't know what you're talking about. At this point, I'm dumbfounded and look away. I'm a tank main, but I also rated the last tier as a monk, and I have been here as a dragoon. The Sam of the group speaks up and says, True North does do that, and you should check it out. Well, Jake is doubling down and holding firm, then singles me out saying he's going to report me for harassment. Well, Jake done fucked up, because saying you're going to report someone for harassment, and thankfully 4 out of 7 people reported him. We leave and call it a night, and think nothing of it. Well, before I logged off, I took a screenshot and uploaded it to Imgur for backup reasons off my PlayStation 4. Well, 4 days later, I get yoinked into GM jail, Game Master jail. And why? For harassment and breaking TOS. Also to note, they never tell you the exact reason, they just leave it vague and confusing. So I get a warning, but I showed the GM an Imgur picture of the chat from what was said and what was said that night. And well, the GM takes a notice to it, but clearly states that I am in the wrong, and they said they would look into the Jake person. Also, I get blamed for screenshotting the chat. In my defense, it was for my protection, so I have a warning on my account because of it. I did try to appeal it, but that did not work because it stood as is of me violating the TOS. Fast forward 2 weeks and I'm running WOD Alliance raid with some friends. Now we have about 10 newbies in here and all the tanks are new or new to tanking. And insert Ventus, the salty dragoon. That is an overachiever with a Legends title and a mentor crown. This guy from the start was spouting and shouting hateful remarks at the tanks and his own group. You see where this is going now. His group couldn't kick him because he didn't roll on the loot. And we couldn't wait out the timer since he would early pull and threaten to report people for harassing him and letting him die. Yes, that is a thing apparently. So we are halfway through and fed up with him, so a lot of people are telling him to F off and chill and let the tanks learn and have fun. None of the melees, including me, cared if the boss rotates. We just adjusted and carried on, and there was 8 melees including Ventus. By the time we finished, Ventus is going on a non-stop hate speech on how bad it was. This had made the tanks leave fast. One of them was my friend, and this made her stop playing tank altogether. I approached him and had this chat and had a conversation with him, and there was about 6 people witnessing this. It went like this. I said, "Hey, was the run that bad?" Ventus said, "Yes, it was the tanks that can't do their job and the boss kept rotating." I said, "But the tanks were new and they have to learn at some point." Ventus said, "I don't care, but not in an easy 24-man raid, you should understand." I said, "I do not understand, but I just YOLO'd it because I didn't care. Also, True North is a thing." Ventus said, "What the hell is True North?" I said, "It's a thing that allows you to do positionals, and also you should apologize to the group and the tanks as well." Ventus said, "Why would I do that? They were dog shit. I've seen better. You're a mentor. You should understand. And maybe if you did an ultimate, you would get it." I said, "I don't get it, and you should shut up and tone down and let people enjoy the game and have fun. But you ruined their fun and probably scared them from playing tank ever again." Ventus said, "Well, I'm doing this game a good deed and getting rid of bad tanks." "Oh, you're a PvP mentor? You're not a real mentor, so I don't care." So, at this point, I left and reported him and carried on without a care in the world and feeling salty against Ventus. Well, this was not the last time I would hear from Ventus nor Jake. 2 weeks later, after the incident, I get pulled into Limsa, and guess what? I get reported for harassing someone. And well, this time, they don't care about my side, and I get slammed with a 10-day ban. Even though I tried to fight it and explain with screenshots. Hell, I even had a video proof of the chat. At this point, I deleted it. Well, this game master is biased and just slaps the hammer on me. I go to appeal it with the evidence and well, I get it reduced to 5 days. But that is the extent of it. So after the 5-day ban, I'm a bit salty and I want some revenge, but there's nothing I can do about it. So my friend, Axolotl, that has done my profile pic and banner for my Discord, wanted to do a savage after my ban. And so I took her through 5 to 7 since they were unlocked around this point. When we got to 7, guess who joins the party? It's Ventus. Now my friend did not want any dragoons in the party at all. Her decision, not mine. So I gave him the fastest kick ever. Plus we remembered him and didn't want his toxic nature in the party. He tried to join 2 more times only to be kicked 2 more times, and I changed the DPS spot to non-dragoon. Enter Luffy, who joined as a ninja but switched to a dragoon. I was going to kick him, but he was chill and wanted to get a decent parse on dragoon. He told me in a tell, so I let it slide. And well, we cleared it in 1 pull and he got his blue parse and didn't hold us back. After the kill, Luffy told me that Ventus was bragging about getting a mentor banned in a 24-man and traumatizing newbie tanks for being bad from a few weeks ago. And that Jake was salty that a PvP mentor got him sent to jail. This was all in a crossworld link shell. They were all in. It must be for dragoons or something. But they falsified the story to make themselves look good to some degree. Well, I told Luffy I was the mentor that they got banned, and he looked at me and realized I was the one they were talking about. I told Luffy the exact story and showed him the proof. Well, he was stunned that I had actually proof and felt sorry that I had to suffer for it. But there is nothing we could do, but he decided to show the proof to the crossworld link shell and let it explode on them. From what he told me, it turned it to hell on them days later. Now, for some revenge. 5 weeks after my return from my ban, the Mughal troupe was performing in Limsa, and me and some friends went to go see them perform. We had a good time, and there was a good gathering of people that were watching them also. Even Luffy came to watch them and told me that Jake and Ventus are mad that they might get kicked from the Crossworld Link Shell for harassing other people. Well, guess who showed up to the performance? Jake and Ventus, and they are harassing people and the performers. Shouting, they're ruining the game. Do not support them. They are using third-party tools. They are playing copyright songs. Now, people don't care about this because we just want to enjoy the show and relax. Now, one thing to note is that 1 to 4 people reporting someone, it would take a while for a game master to respond. But if they are mass reported by like 20 plus people, game masters will respond fast. So Luffy started sending tells to people to pass it on to report Jake and Ventus for harassing everyone. The group watching reported both of them, and within 10 minutes, they were both in GM jail. Even better, they both got a 10-day ban. It was also after this that they had to change the ruling. Because people getting banned for giving advice or how they gave it had to be changed. Also, I heard a rumor that the GM that was biased against me also was suspended or fired. It was rumored that this GM was giving first-timers a ban even though it was supposed to be only a warning. So long story short, being a mentor and opening my mouth got me banned, and this GM was biased, especially against mentors. But it never stopped me from being a mentor and happy with my PvP crown. The end. Oh my goodness. This is the first time I've had a GM story. How do people even know them? How are there even rumors? Like, I have so many questions because I don't know a single game master. Never heard of one. I don't even think my friends have seen anything like it. I wonder, when you go to jail, does it say their name? Like, game master blah blah blah? Like, do they each have a different name? That's what I wonder. How dare they? I love the Mughal troupe. Stripper pole though, I know, the stripper pole's great. He sounds the opposite of a mentor. Yeah, it's hard to know what was truly said between these people. A mentor can say things that can definitely come off a bit wrong sometimes, where it seems like they're being a show-off or know-it-all or whatever. But like, if said nicely, then there's nothing wrong with it, right? Also, what I wanted to ask is, during Shadowbringers, were dragoons just really looked down upon? Were they just like prone to messing up a lot because of their jumps? Because right now they seem fine in Endwalker. No one's like, oh no, a dragoon. I think maybe because of Endwalker, the dragoon memes died down. This is always what I see. Like, I hear rumors of like the jokes about dragoons, and I was like, man, something must have went down in Shadowbringers that I just have no idea what it was like. I don't know if this is just like a meme that just took off, or it's super true that like a lot of dragoons kept wiping the party. They reworked and changed dragoons. That's why no one complains now. The animation lock from jump made them floor tanks. Oh no. I would have loved to see that. Also, GM names do not pop up in game. You only see the names in the chat box when they communicate. Oh, okay. So that's how they know specific game master names. I kind of want to see what happened to the GM. We'll never know, really, because unless, oh my god, imagine if a game master gave me a drama story of all the things they've seen. That would be so cool. Like, did you know this happened? I bet they're not allowed to say or share though, but it would be very interesting. I think the reason for this game master not really liking mentors might be based on a bunch of reports they've had in the past of lots of mentors being assholes. So maybe they just, yeah, they had a tainted look on them in general. And so he's like, ah, yes, another typical mentor trying to be like this. And he just was like, yep, let's give him a ban for a couple of days. I think game masters can tell old stories now. I hope so. You know, if you're a game master and you're watching my drama series, or you're in this chat, you know, feel free to submit a drama story. I will keep it a secret. I promise. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about this Final Fantasy XIV drama story. If you have any of your own drama stories that you'd like me to share and read out anonymously, feel free to reach out to my Discord, discord.gg/Pathra. And a big thank you to my kind members who support my YouTube content.